begin by outlining our task today. So our main objective is to survive on a South Pacific island until help arrive. So to begin with, we must carefully select only 5 items from the list. So I would like to make a few remarks concerning basic survival needs. They are shelter, water, food, fire, and signaling for rescue. So firstly, I strongly believe that the 25 meters of rope is essential. It's quite clear that rope can be used for building shelter, climbing, tying logs, or even rescue. So it has countless uses in a survival situation.
I completely agree. In addition, rope could also help us make traps or secure food. As far as I'm concerned, it is one of the most versatile items.
As far as I'm concerned, rope is also important for safety. For example, we could use it to help injured people move around difficult terrain.
I agree entirely with your point of view. Not only is rope strong and durable, but it also doesn't run out like food or battery.
Okay, so unless there is any strong objection, I suggest we confidently include rope as our first item.
Turning to tools, I would like to mention briefly that the knife, fork, and spoon set is extremely important. I'm absolutely convinced that the knife alone made this item valuable.
I agree entirely with your point of view. Not only can the knife used for food preparation, but also for cutting rope or making tools.
I agree to a point, but do we really need the fork and spoon?
That's a fair question. However, as far as I am able to judge, the spoon could be useful for cooking or measuring food, while the fork can help with handling hot items.
I might add that eating properly also helps maintain morale. From my point of view, psychological comfort is important in long-term survival.
The next issue I would like to focus on is fire. I think that the box of matches is crucial. Fire provide warmth, protections, and a way to cook food.
Frankly, I'm slightly concerned that matches will run out.
I take your point, but surely matches give us a reliable way to start a fire initially.
Furthermore, once we have fire, we can learn to maintain it using natural methods.
I agree in principle, but without matches, starting a fire will be much more difficult.
So, despite their limited quantity, it seemed to me that matches are essential, especially at the beginning.
To be more specific, uh, I would suggest choosing the large blanket as far as I'm able to judge, can be used for warmth, shelter, or even as a signal.
I agree in principle, but could it be damaged easily?
With respect, that's a valid concern. However, I'm certain that its multiple uses outweigh the risk.
So finally, I would like to focus on rescue and communication. As I see it, the mirror is one of the most effective signaling tools.
I strongly believe that the mirror could help us to attract the attention of passing by ships or aircraft.
Would you mind explaining why the mirror is better than a flashlight?
Certainly, the mirror doesn't need batteries and can reflect sunlight over a long distance. And it's quite clear that long-term signaling is essential if we want to be rescued.
Would I be correct in saying that everyone support choosing rope, the knife set, matches, a blanket, and a mirror?
If I understood you correctly, yes. Those items seem to cover our main survival needs.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this item provides shelter, food preparation, fire, safety, and rescue.
If I have understood everyone correctly, we are suggesting that the following 5 items: rope, knife set, matches, blanket, and mirror.
That's correct. From my point of view, this item covers shelter, fire, food, and rescue.
So, taking everything into consideration, I'm in total agreement. Unless anyone strongly disagree, we can finalize the list.
To put it briefly, we have reached a consensus. Our 5 survival items are 25 meter of rope, knife, fork, and spoon set, box of matches, large blanket, and the last one is mirror. So thank you everyone for your valuable contribution.
Thank you.